Welcome back to the fields of Perthshire in bonny Scotland. As is often the case, it's a little bit windy today, but I'm going to do my best to get some decent sound quality. So this field, I think, is going to be broccoli. Maybe it'll be Brussels sprouts. We won't know until it's grown more. However, there's a big roadway up the side here, and I'm hoping that the left hand side is going to be wet enough that I'm actually able to get a spade into the ground, because the other parts are going to be rock hard. It's only me today. XP DEUS, I'm going with program 3 as usual. Fingers crossed we can turn up some goodies. Let's see what we get. Barely 2 minutes in, and look at that for a start. That to me, it looks 100% like a coin, and it couldn't get any more perfectly placed on the surface if you tried. It does, however, look very, very crusty. Could it be a spendable? Hard to say. I think we're going to be struggling to get any detail off this one, but we'll give it a bash. But always nice when you don't even have to dig. I think it's beyond saving. It is crusty as anything. Even the bendy thumb can't do anything with that. On the other side, maybe a head there at the top. Almost looks like two heads side by side, but I don't know, I just get the feeling it's a 2p or a 10p. I think it's a spendable. But either way, it's a coin in the first couple of minutes, so things can only get better. Got another signal here, and something that I decided I've been meaning to do for a while, but somebody mentioned it in the comments, was the X to the Y display, which is just here. This is coming through an 8081, and the X to the Y throws out a line. And to me, that's saying it's not anything particularly good. But let's dig it anyway and see what we can learn. And there we go. The X to the Y the line was jumping all over the place, and we've either found Excalibur or we've found a massive iron spike. And I think it's an iron spike, because I couldn't see you swinging that in battle for too long. So we put that in the edge of the field, and we'll move on to the next. Okay, another digger. It's taken a while, it's been quite quiet this field. Coming through at 76, and you can see the X to the Y. It's throwing out a fairly consistent straight angled line, but I should have really read up on it before I started to use it. And what I'll do is I will dig this hole, and if it's rubbish, then I will not use the X to the Y anymore. We've got it. It was quite easy to spot. It's a big chunk of lead. No decoration or detail on it that I can see, but as I always say, it's a good sign of some old history with a bit of luck. Let's see what we get next. I'm going to stick with the X to the Y for the moment, just to see if I can build up a little bit of a picture of what's good and what's bad. I know that basically running top right to bottom left at an angle is what we're looking for, and I think the shorter the line, I think the better, but no doubt I'll learn as time goes on. Tone wise, this one sounds a bit better. Fairly consistent 64. Only one way to find out. We've got another bit of lead. Again, could have a bit of age to it, who knows, but either way, it's technically junk. I've almost done the whole field from end to end. It's been quite quiet, and here we have an 80 something. An 85. Let's see what we get. And we've got the end of a moo tube, one of these little tubes that would be used for squirting into cows or sheep or whatever with what would you call it, penicillin, like an antibiotic or something like that, or eye drops or something. But technically more junk. This one came through at a 50. Fairly consistent line, but the number 50 to me sounded like it was probably going to be junk, but we might actually have a coin. Seems awful low for a coin. I'm thinking it's going to be more likely a button, unless it's a spendable coin. Right there. I think it is actually a coin. Can't believe that was so low. Could be a sixpence maybe. I think it is. Looks like Elizabeth II. Let's give it a wee rub-a-dub with a magic thumb and get back to you. Now look at that for a transformation. The magic thumb can do just about anything. So we've got Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. And look at the bust facing to the right, present Queen. And on the other side, where we could see nothing, we've now got Defender of the Faith, and it's a silver sixpence from 1962. Got one of these the last time I was out as well. Well, second last time I was out, because last time I was out I found absolutely nothing. But it's a sixpence, 1962. So it's what's made of cupra nickel or copper nickel, and basically junk. They used to be 50% silver till 1947, and then they went to garbage. But still, it's coin number 2, and at least I can actually read this one. This time we've got a 59. No, we haven't. It's a 62, 63. Let's see what we get. Whatever it is, it's a pretty small target. Somewhere around here. Ah, there it is there, look. It's a thingy. Just change hands. It is a thing. It looks like it's probably the end of a buckle. Looks like it's copper alloy. And possibly the end of a buckle. What do you reckon? Either way, it's pretty much junk. We've got a 75 or so. But as you can see, a much tighter squiggle. So let's see what that reveals. My first really deep target, and to be honest I was thinking tin can, and we've got a hinge. It's a brass or copper alloy hinge. Junk yet again. This time it's a bit of an ear blower. $77 to $79. And we've got a wee ladybird, as we call them, out on the prowl. Make sure I don't squash it. You might well have spotted it. I just went to put a spade in the ground and it was on the surface, and it is a bullet casing. Not particularly old. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just a year or so old, maybe slightly more. What calibre have we got? We've got a 222, and it's an REM, which I think is Remington, and then FC. Who knows what that means? But it's a bullet casing. It's not particularly old. Okay, we're back. Different field though. I really struggled to dig in the other parts of that trackway because it's compacted and bone dry. However, the farmer's told me I can metal detect in between his potatoes in this field, and because the field has been irrigated, I'm hoping it's going to be a lot easier to dig. Never detected in this field before, so virgin territory. Let's see what the old XP DEUS II can pull out. This is the first really good tone that I've had probably today, to be honest with you, and it's coming through at a 92. What I've done, I've turned the X to the Y off for the moment. This is a 91, 92. Let's see how big it is. No, not big at all. Could we have a bit of silver? It's either that or aluminium. Let's hope for the first. Damn, it was just under the surface, which is why it sounded so good. We've got a G65812. It's an ear tag, probably for a cow, and it's made of aluminum or aluminium. Damn. This one didn't sound amazing. It came through at a 73, a little bit erratic, and it's a CJCCC, whatever the hell it is that Cleggy calls them. Anyway, it's a bit of iron. It's either Robert the Bruce's mace head, or it's something off a tractor, off a plough. This one came through at a 92, and it was about 10 inches down, gave a blisteringly good signal, but it just sounded a bit erratic. And it's a piece of bronze again, big lump of bronze, very, very heavy. Who knows, maybe ancient metalworking, but we'll never know. The wind is picking up dramatically, so I'm just going to do a bit of speed detecting. We've got a 63, 64, and we've got another one of these absolutely lethal old copper nails, handmade, sharp as anything. Another piece of bronze. Probably another sign of metalworking, but who knows, could be thousands of years old. But ultimately, it's junk. Well, a bit of a relic, kind of. It's either a big pistol shot or it's a small musket shot. I'm probably going to go with a small caliber musket. So fired from a sort of percussion style flintlock type musket. Could be 1700s into the beginning of the 1800s. And I've said before, the first firearms in Scotland were recorded back around 1350, and it took off from there with a bang. Ha ha ha. That last pistol shot or small musket ball was just there, and just here we've got an even bigger one. There's the two of them side by side for comparison, so you can see quite a vast difference in size. Maybe there was a wee battle going on here some point in the future, in the past. But interesting, always good to find a wee musket ball. Haha! The DEUS II has produced me a little bit of silver. Can't see any hallmarks, but it definitely looks like silver to me. Plain on the back. Looks like it's been attached to something. On the other side though, what is that? What is that? It's got something going on in the middle, but it's very difficult to see. Maybe just some sort of swirly shape, but I'm not sure what that is. Let me know in the comments below. And an 89 produces another piece of bronze. Flat on the back, kind of. Probably again just another waste piece from metalworking. Looks like the XP DEUS II might have produced our second bit of silver. That there looks like a coin. Came through a beautiful sound. Very, very nice and loud. Let me just show you. Hopefully you can see that, 92. And oh, the hinge just fallen off. We have George the VI, I think. It looks like George the VI, doesn't it? Pretty baked on there. Going to have to go and give this a Oh, there we are. There's something. It's the date, 4/4. 1944, I'm guessing. Right, let's go and give this a wee clean up off camera, and I think we've got ourselves a lovely big bit of silver. Beautiful, look at that. It's the best I can do. The soil's baked on. Georgius VI, by the grace of God, King of the Britons. And there he is. Beautifully toned coin. It's got this lovely off grey, almost black in colour, because it's oxidised. And even better on the back, we've got Fid, Deaf, Ind, Imp, Defender of the Faith and Emperor of India. And it is half a crown, 1944, just 1 year before the end of the Second World War. 1944 was also the year of D-Day, if I remember rightly. The Allies landing in Normandy. So top left and bottom right, you've got the three lions of England. Top right, you've got the rampant lion of Scotland. And bottom left, you've got the harp of Ireland. Beautiful coin. Really beautiful coin. Lovely colours. So George VI, he should never have been king. His brother Edward VIII should have been king, but he abdicated. He was coronated and abdicated in the same year, in 1936, if I remember rightly, because he wanted to marry the twice divorced Miss Wallis Simpson of the United States of America. So there we go. George VI, famous for the King's Speech as well. He had a terrible speech impediment, and his wife was the Queen Mother. He and the Queen Mother being the parents of the present Queen, Queen Elizabeth II. Half crown came from just there, and here, solid 79. Very, very strong sound. I kind of expected a coin because it was quite a consistent sound, but just here I think we have got a relic. I think we've got a little penknife. Ouch, nearly cut myself on that bit. Something sharp there. There we go, that looks like a little penknife. Let's give it a clean up and see. There isn't much cleaning up to do. It is heavily corroded because it's an iron blade, so you can see all the rust on both sides. And I'm assuming that's probably, I don't know, tortoise shell or bone or something there. It's got these sort of red flecks through it. Date wise, I don't know, it could be early 1900s possibly, maybe through to the 1950s. Might even have been lost by the same person who lost that crown, or half a crown. Pocket spill perhaps. Well, it's another find. A screaming 92, and we've got another coin. This is coin number 4. First one was illegible, the second one was a silver sixpence with no silver in it. The third one was the half crown, and this is number 4. Now, almost can't read it, it's in such poor condition. I think we've got a George there, so one of the Georges. So can we get a date? Let's get out the wind as best as we can. We've got 1944 again, which is the same year as the half crown. So we're not that far away from it. You can see the spoil marks just along the road there. Could it be a wee pocket spill that's been scattered over the last 70 years or so? It's a threepence or 3 pence. I can never remember what the flowers are. Are they geraniums that are in the middle? Or marigolds? Anyway, it's a coin. It's a threepence. And it was probably worth a pint and a half back in the day, so again, someone would be fairly gutted. So that will be George VI. Same as before. We've got another relic. This time we've got a thimble. I've picked the soil out of it. It's a reasonable size. Normally they're pretty small, but this one could fit on someone with chunky fingers like myself. Came through as a 74, and these are quite common finds in the fields. Generally get 1 or 2 a month. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they were used because people were sewing up sacks of potatoes and so on. The other thing that I've heard is that Possibly people wore them on their fingers when they were making the haystacks. Any truth in either of them? Let me know in the comments. But date wise, it's probably from the sort of late 18 into the early 1900s, I'm guessing. What do you reckon to this one then? Came through at a screaming 91. It must have just been under the surface. It's another piece of bronze, but it's had a hole there. There's another hole here. It's got this sort of curving kind of shape. Smoother on this side, rougher, slightly rougher on that side. What is it? I've got no idea. It looks a bit crudely made with the nail or the hole that's gone through there. Clearly there's been another one there, but I'm at a loss. Very heavy, made of bronze. What is it and how old is it? Let me know in the comments below. And another piece of bronze. I should say that I've doubled back on myself, so most of these bits of bronze are all coming out within about 50 or 100 metres of one another. So who knows, maybe a wee foundry here at some point in ancient history. A lovely axe head would be nice. We've got another coin, came through at a solid 90, 91. Unfortunately, it's another spendable. It's a 1 pence. You can see the portcullis on the back, crown above. 1 penny. Date wise, I've no idea because even the magic thumb can't make it recover, but you can just see Queen Elizabeth II. Oh well, coin number 5. Haha, scourge of a metal detectorist. The dreaded ring pull. Always sounds like a hammered coin. I'm literally 10 metres from the end of the field thinking that's me just about done. Going to do a wee sum up. I got a very crisp and very nice sounding 86. Dug out 1 spadeful. Signal was out the hole, couldn't find it. Then realised there was a clod stuck to the spade, kicked it off, and look at that. Right there. Have I hit silver again? God, if it is, it's in pretty poor condition. I think it could be a coin. Right, I'm going to need to give this a wee rub-a-dub off camera and get back to you. It is indeed triple silver. Now you might just be able to make out the head of an elderly Queen Victoria, what they call the veiled head. Look into the left hand side, you've also got the word Regina up there, which tells you it's a woman. There's that bird scarer again, it's not someone shooting at me. And on the back you can just make out a crown at the top, and it is completely shot to pieces. I've never seen a silver coin, a pure silver coin in such bad condition. This dates to, I'm guessing, probably the 1890s, and certainly no later than 1901. But that is 3 bits of silver in one day. I'm over the moon with that. And it looks like a threepence, a 3 pence, silver 3 pence. There's the crown at the top. You beauty. Well, ladies and gents, that is me. Finished with a silver, finished with a flourish. So thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed that. 3 bits of silver, one of them a massive half crown, plus the silver sixpence that's not really got any silver left in it, and the Victorian silver. So we've got a full silver, which is terrible, a half silver, which is excellent, and a non-silver, which is also in pretty good condition. I think that was 5 coins all in all, plus a few little relics and bits and pieces. My next video will probably be from the beach. So stay tuned, and you may well see me out with the XP Deus on some beautiful Scottish sandy beaches. And wait until you see these beaches. You're going to be blown away. So thanks for watching. And we're motoring on towards 7,200 subscribers. Thank you all. Take care.